Sit down, Joe.
We start.
Yeah, go on.
Oh my god!
Whoa. Yeah.
They
And,
separate words here.
and we've also had this conversation. I think the accent us three have.
Yeah, definitely.
We all talk.
Theo Walcott.
Yeah, it's just English that sounds. It's not even that posh. It
Yeah.
sounds posh to some.
Yeah.
But I think in the world, Southampton is the least. It's the most boring accent in the entire world, and we have it.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Welcome back to the Peppercorn Boys. Just your boy Scott and your boy Bruno to start off this week's episode. And
Well, a lot like the group chat.
what's the group chat?
Just you and me talking.
Oh,
While
mate,
other people listen.
it always is, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I say that. I'm burying everyone, but Joe's quite quiet. But in all fairness, Sam has been constant in the chat. It's been very nice. And so has Lou. I think everyone's been actually better than what I'm allowing that to sound like here on the start of the podcast.
You've gone right back on yourself, mate. Not everything we have to say. We said it before. Only 1% of what's said on this podcast is
real.
Is real. Yeah.
And here comes the 1%.
Yeah. And what's the 1% this week?
Bruno famously said to me, he's the type of guy that famously said to me, if I set a time for the podcast, I'll never be late. And here I am. I'm just going to say, I've been sat here for 19 minutes previous to, and my eyes were shutting. I was like the Duolingo owl.
Wow.
I started to pass.
That's mental.
Yeah. And here he came. And the worst part is he tried to round the edges off a little bit. He appeared, but he wasn't ready. But he just wanted to let me know he was there.
Yeah.
But now I had to watch him get ready for another 10 minutes. So it's been a really, really nice start to the podcast. I'm not angry at all.
You've carried on the energy from last week for one, but we'll get back to that. But I'm just giving you a little bit of payback for what I have to do sometimes. You normally go in, turn on the Zoom, which we record over, and then you're off doing bits and pieces for a bit, nearly having sausage for your teas, everything.
Yeah.
But,
everything you just did. Now we're in the 99% that isn't real. Because what I'll do sometimes is I'll start the podcast and then I have to seat my brother. We're in a very small little area. I have to slide him in here. I have to get his headphones ready.
Yeah.
And then I have to seat my dog.
Oh.
And you're not allowed to say the wife, but...
Is it because I don't have any responsibilities that I have no leg to stand on?
You have no excuse.
Yeah.
You have a responsibility because you have somewhere to be today. So I thought you'd actually be sharper than you actually were because... here's the thing. I changed my entire life around just so we could do this earlier. And I'm trying to be your best friend, Jay. I was hoping you'd suckle on my teat if I acted up.
What? What's that from?
I don't know. Suckling on the teat is the ongoing gag that we have with you and your best friend.
Yeah, I don't know. I have many best friends. And talking of my best friend, Martin, I went for a walk in the New Forest on Saturday, right? With him and a lady that's nickname is Bish. So all of Saturday, I was pretty much with my two best friends in life. Like this is.
Was she funner to be around than me?
No one's funner to be around than you.
Okay, I agree.
All right.
Thank you so much. I've just been working on different things this past week. I don't know, just kind of.
Oh, stop. Try. I did notice. I did clock them, but I don't know why I didn't.
I've got 6 rings on because Bruno. This one checks my weight.
Yeah.
This one measures my food. This one just checks that I've woken up on time. This reminds me to take my tablets. This one reminds me that I am married. And this one, I think, actually just tells me I've got a golf lesson tomorrow. But I mean, there they are. I've got 6.
So middle finger on the left is the most
golf
important.
Lesson.
Yeah.
And the other one I've put away. I don't know what that is, but
wow.
I couldn't get my thumb ring on today.
Oh, that's a shame. Are you mad jealous, or is it like a red flag like Whitney Cummings brought up with we allow men nowadays to have jewelry that connects to an app?
She started with, we allow men to have jewelry, and then she kind of let it pause. Yeah, I've always been a big believer on jewelry. Is just when you're married. Is that too many on one hand? Do you think?
That's cool, actually. I like that quite a lot.
That's not bad. It's like a bionic.
That's the finger sleeve.
Finger sleeve. I tell you what's really weird is I'm so used to my wedding ring, and when I put the other ones on, I can really feel they're there. But when I had them on like this, if you can't see this, check us out, Peppercorn Boys on YouTube. When I was doing that, I could feel them all. But this one felt like it had none on.
For the listeners out there, he's honking right now.
I'm honking with my rings. But this one, I thought I didn't have one on that finger and I couldn't figure out. So I've got so used to that finger. It's weird, isn't it?
I've got used to this, baby. This is my ride or die, all right? Nah. So the weird thing is with the New Forest walk, so we went and we did this one trail. So we went for the red route, which was the longest one of this part. It turned out to be about 2.5 kilometers. So not quite what your big man was hoping for. Then we were like, should we just go here? Let's go back to the start and then let's pick another route. So we did that. We ended up at the same place about 15 minutes later. We were like, should we try do this one and then go another way? We ended up at the same place 15 minutes later. So we couldn't get out of this one jaunt for a while. But it was fine. We stacked up the steps over the weekend. So with that and my little fun beach walk that I had on Sunday, I was way over 30k steps for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been doing?
Well, I'm going to make a point and I'm going to stress it even harder when I tell you what I've been doing. Tell me you're 30 without telling me you're 30.
Yeah, I know.
That story
I know.
was bonkers boring. Like
I was
so mad. And the worst part was it was all to make sure your ring was happy. It was mad.
Okay.
No, could you tell it again? Because honestly, I don't think I caught it. And I mean, the people were probably still like giggling away, and they probably didn't hear the end of it. But what happened was they were 2 kilometers. The fact you even said kilometers, 2 kilometers into a walk, they took one exit, and it actually ended up exactly where they were. So they tried another one 15 minutes later. It was the same one, and then they tried it again. It was 15 minutes later, but it doesn't matter. He got his steps in.
If we put that story versus Joe's engagement story, which one is?
If people are going to undownload
more entertaining. Yeah, I know. This is. I was hesitant to bring this up today because this is a life podcast, all right. This is we're talking about our lives.
It's life and fitness.
We're talking about my journey, and I was like, how can I make this sound more entertaining than Joe's wedding story, engagement story? And it turns out I can't. So I fail.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, even Joe's like is kind of it just went on. At least like she went to wash her hands when he proposed. That's a really funny moment. So it had like at least it had a finish. Your one was the big finish was you got your steps in though.
My finish isn't for a while, mate. All right. I don't know why I was doing that within shot. That's so annoying.
You were speaking into his can again.
Yeah, I was. Cans, just can.
I was just going to say to you, what I've been up to was another. I'm not going to obviously take 15 minutes out of the lives of the listeners, but I was just moving stuff into a loft all weekend. I mean, that's as 30 as it gets, isn't it? This is 30.
That's the name of the podcast. Well done.
Very nice. The only thing that made me more 30 is when I finished doing it, I hit the LeBron in front of my wife, and she just completely just pretended it didn't happen and walked off.
Not the Luca?
No, I don't like the Luca. I just hit the LeBron.
Okay, fair enough.
But I hit it hard. I was hitting it like my life depended on it.
Is that because you play Fortnite in the morning and you had LeBron?
I don't have his skin. I wish I did. And I wish I had that emote.
Hey, I have it all.
Mate, talking about Fortnite, it is so easy now.
Not for me. And I haven't played it since Thursday, I think, for a few days, mate. I can't spend all day in the lab anymore, and it's irritating me. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I've played since last Thursday 10 games. I have won 8.
Oh, nice little batting average. Getting it up for old Orlando time. Oh,
is that what they say when they do it?
Yeah.
Oh. Man, right. Some of these things that people do now. Honestly, kids emote like
I know
a lot.
I wish
it's a real thing. Like,
I want to emote.
I just did, and I hated it. And I mean, I did hit a LeBron.
No.
At the weekend, and it fell on deaf ears, and I didn't like that. Like, I really felt like it needed a big celebration.
She's got to respect it. I'd bring that up with her, actually.
She said, "You don't touch Kobe," and then she just threw a can into the bin, and she called it a day.
Nice.
I don't know where I was going to go from that, but it was something that I wanted to bring up on today's podcast because it was just something I've been thinking about a lot. Did you collect marbles?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Did
that
we?
And Pogs.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, Pogs were great. I don't really understand what Pogs were, but I mean, I didn't know how to play them. Whereas I knew how to play marbles. So you just threw it at it, or did you have to hold on to
it? No, you had to kind of throw it, or to throw it, but you definitely had. I had a more weightier ting for certain things. Ting, but you could use just the normal one.
Oh yeah, you had a slammer, didn't you? Like a proper.
I still have them. I kept them. I don't think I have my marbles, but I did like my big boy marbles.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
There's specifics. You don't have to just be like big boy.
Yeah.
I'd like to know which ones they were.
It might have been a Pearl. I'm not sure.
A Pearl was very nice. I remember I played Pogs, but Pogs is very old. That's like mid-90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe and I had a Pogs maker, as I've said in the podcast before. And I had a Ryan Giggs one because I cut it out of a Match magazine. Oh, wow. And you can make your own. But what I was going to say about marbles was I used to play with Max Dixon, and I'd go around to his house in the cul-de-sac. And I had a fanny pack. And you might have known this fanny pack.
No, probably. But I think I kept mine close to a fanny pack too, I think.
Mine's in a fanny pack. In the front, I had the small boys. In the big middle bit was the big lads. Yeah. And then in the back, there's like a little hidden zip.
Yeah.
I had my playable marbles.
All right. Okay.
You know, because you'd have one that was all chipped up.
Yeah,
and I had a ball bearing, like the big fat boy. Because you had to have different sizes, didn't you? Because if the guy wanted to play with a cat's eye, you know, you had to match his cat's eye.
Yeah.
I had a Spaghetti Junction collection, small and big, air pockets, just multiple, triple air pocket. I had pearls. I had Spotted Dick.
You are Mr. Marble. I don't think I've ever heard of a Spotted Dick marble.
Spotted Dick was like the white one that had like indents, like a golf ball.
Wow, definitely haven't seen that. I don't think.
You had cat size. You can get like big cat size.
Cat size pearls. No, have you been doing your research or something?
Not a chance. Honestly, I thought about marbles a lot today, and it just all came back to me. And it's all coming back to me now. That's gonna be fun to edit us together.
No.
It was nice because it felt like I was hearing myself back. But if I was tone deaf and only the replay, but no, I don't know. I was just thinking about marbles a lot, and I love that game. And the idea that we would go around to people's houses and knock on the door and be like, "Do you want to play a game of marbles?" And everyone would come out with their little satchel of marbles.
I think,
and you just peng one off like a curb or something during it. Like you just because I with my big ball bearing guy, he had like holes in it and everything because he was so worn in. He had so many games under his belt. Sometimes I knew I had him beat. I would throw it underarm with a little backspin just to crack his in half and be like, "You've lost your playable marble. You need to get a new one." But next man up.
I don't know if I played it that intently. I think I played it for a couple summers, but I remember after those summers and after those, because I used to get sent to like, not summer school, but you know, those summer camps.
Oh, I didn't know about this. I've never heard of this. We knew each other in this time. I hope that stays in.
No, that won't stand. That won't stay in at all.
I'm gonna just keep bringing up what just happened.
No, you're not. It wasn't summer camp. It was more primary time when my parents were working. I wasn't quite old enough to stay at home myself, so I went to some summer days, you know. And then I used to play marbles there. But when I came home, I remember. I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but I remember playing Kirby. Like the sun was setting, like it was dusk because it was like 6, 7, and we were just out playing Kirby outside that house in the old family house, and honestly, I would go for a good game of Kirby right about now.
I say, would you consider yourself the king of Kirby?
I think I'm quite good at Kirby.
What were your rulings on Kirby? Like, what was your kind of your style? Because obviously there was Ghetto, and then there was like a posh boy Kirby. So what was yours?
I think I was potentially more posh boy, but if you hit the curb and came back, that's and caught it, that's 5 points. If you hit the curb and it rolled, then it's 1 point. If you go for the curb and the curb, I can't remember whether that was 10 points or not. I think it was, because that's like unheard of. But if I threw it, hit the curb, and it like spun, and then the other person caught it, then that's their turn. Well, like it's
so much jeopardy. That should be on TV somewhere. I mean, if CrossFit's allowed to get on TV, this should be on TV. This takes way more skill than CrossFit. Yeah. We used to play in the cul-de-sac where I used to live in Alresford. The road was like a single road, probably like 15 feet.
Yeah,
but there was always a slight gradient.
Oh, so you
had to switch at half time. You'd be like, all right, let's go uphill.
That's like when we play football tennis over your bush, and one of us was like, I don't know, about
panicking 10 feet under.
Yeah, 4 feet shallower than the other person.
Yeah, the ball was always coming down, speed. It didn't matter for me, obviously. I'd win either side.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
I know, I agree with that. I went to Ninja Warrior the other day. I mean, shout out to like an early episode that might not have actually aired. I can't remember if the Ninja Warrior episode ever aired.
I'm not sure. It might have been in the trailer, actually.
Okay. I went to Denny's before Wonder Years. And next door is Ninja Warrior.
Okay, no. I'm getting my outings mixed up.
Okay.
I thought it was the day that you went to Wonder Years was when Joe got all that McDonald's, but it wasn't. That was the show. So you went Denny's and then Wonder Years. I like that.
Yeah, we went around the back end of Swansea where it's a bit quieter, where Denny's is. But next door is Ninja Warrior, but they also have a couple other things. But I hadn't seen the Ninja Warrior was open, and in my head I was like, oh man, do I go in there and just like run it quick just to like video it and prove to Bruno that I'm superior? But I don't know. It's definitely something we need to do.
Your time is ticking, boy. All right.
I'm fairly sure if I jump and hang on in any capacity, both my shoulders are coming out of the socket. So I think up until that point, I might be right. Any kind of massive change of direction as well, I might be out.
I didn't mean hanging on like that. I meant your days are numbered, because as soon as I...
I thought you meant mine days are numbered, like just generally. And they
are, but no. To have like superiority over me, your days are numbered.
I'm fairly sure if I jump from any height and catch, my lats could roll up under my armpits. I feel I can feel it happening. Like, do you ever watch someone do a pull up and you can feel it?
I don't know. I get very jealous of watching people do pull ups, because I definitely can't.
You can do a pull up. You'll get there. You get to a pull up.
I will.
I don't know. I had this conversation with someone recently because they just couldn't get the concept of a clean and jerk. And it comes back to like mind-body connection. That's what a lot of working out is to do, isn't it? Like, as far as, pump the muscle and blah, blah, that's the basis of it. But when it gets a bit more kind of, I know, higher end stuff like clean and jerks, cleans, deadlifts, you almost got to imagine what you look like from outside to kind of understand how it looks correct, if that makes sense. Because sometimes people do it and they just look mad, and they, no matter what you tell them, they just won't implement it.
It's tough because they can't see themselves. Yeah. If they can see themselves, then I think it'd be
easier. Better.
Yeah.
But sometimes like that mind-body connection is so interesting, because in wrestling there's a lot of it. Like, because obviously when you talk to someone, they go, "Oh, I'm going to hit this," and you land here and you land on my knee or whatever. You can't go pretend, like you can't go figure it out. You have to be like, "Yep," and you have to figure out how you do it to make it safe and to look good and all the other things. But I'm not that I'm saying I'm really good at it. But things like Olympic lifts, I can really understand it. But when I watch people do a pull-up, I can really feel my lats tearing. Like, because I could do pull-ups, but when someone does some, it was ironically, I was on Instagram and it was Roxanne Perez from the WWE, and she was doing pull-ups like this, and there was so much range of motion, it made my lats feel like they were cramping. And did you ever get it when because this is more up your alley here, what I'm about to say. You ever look at a pick and mix and your mouth would water?
I think I look at most foods and my mouth waters. So,
but no, like I pick a mix, I can feel sour taste.
No, I can't.
Mate, when I was a kid, I'd go to the tiny post office in Preston,
Maybe
Canada.
that's no smell, just heightened the other thing.
And what is that then? Because now we'd be like, oh, do you want to go get some pick and mix? Yeah. She'd give me like 20p or something when it was like a penny a sweet. And I'd go in there and I'd get my bag. And when I would even look at the Coca-Cola bottles, I'd like start dribbling in the shop.
I have, do you know back in the old village, there used to be the video store that did pick and mix?
Yes, yeah.
This is an embarrassing story. This is an embarrassing truth.
God, there was. Is that where the Indian is now?
Yeah, yes.
Man, that is a throw. I completely forgot about that place.
Is it, or is it where the Naked Grape?
Or is it the fish and chip?
It might be. It's either no. It's the Naked Grape. The Indian's always been there.
Okay.
But this is so. We didn't need that.
I think we did.
But
for us,
this is an embarrassing truth on me. Is little Bruno, probably 9-10, maybe
9-10, beard, suede jacket,
maybe pushing 11. I was a little bit greedy back in the day. I definitely put more in than what I said was in there. And then this one day, the guy called me out on it.
Oh no!
and I can't forget what he said. No, he just said he got them all out and started counting them, and he was like,
"Oh no, that's a horrible feeling."
Shall I stop here?
Oh no! But didn't he weigh it, or did he have to count?
No,
because back in the day, you counted them, wouldn't you? Yeah, 20. I'd be like 15 sweets.
Yeah.
I definitely added like 17, and like I don't think I got caught, but maybe when I was young, like they'd be like, "Is there definitely 15?" I'd be like, "Oh no, there could be a couple extras. They might have been stuck together." So I kind of call my own BS out.
I was being a little bit too overeager that day.
Bruno, if you were getting 20 candies, how many were in it when you poured them out? Like legit, like ballpark.
I would say at least 35, maybe.
That's nearly double. That's nearly 200%. That's a mad markup. Like he could feel by the feel of it. This guy's life is sweets and videos. He could just touch the bag and be like, "He's like,
oh god,
that's mad." How long do you reckon you got away with it before?
A few times. Nothing major. I didn't do it every time. I didn't want to get that caught out, but that one time is like burned into my memory.
That is honest. Such a
maybe now I've let it go. Maybe that's fine. It's done now.
Joe, I don't think we told this on the podcast, but Joe did this, not the same thing, but he stole when he was young, and it was a marble around marble time, and it was a bogey. Wow. That's why I remember bogey, because there were. Do you remember the toy shop? No, not you. That was earlier. You know the toy shop that had the marbles in the middle in Winchester.
Yes.
You go upstairs.
Yes.
Toy cupboard or something.
Yes.
It's called toy cupboard.
Yeah. We've been there a couple of times. I don't know why.
Hell yeah. But it was a big store, wasn't there, in the middle, and it was like different versions of marbles, and one would be like 20p, some would be £1. I think Joe had one in his hand, and he left the store. We walked down to McDonald's, and he went, "I have a marble in my hand," and he was probably 36. No, he was probably like 13 or 14 maybe, and I was like 8, and I was like, "Oh my god, you've stolen, you're going to go to prison." And he was at that age of 14 where he's like, "No, I'm not, it's fine, just take it."
Joe could have done time, mate.
Yeah, he could have. And he was like, "Just take it." And I was like, "I cannot." And then I made him go back in, and we went back in, and Joe was like, "I'd left with this by accident." "Oh, okay, you could have just kept it." And then he looked at me like,
"You're such a..."
Yeah. Oh,
you're a little rat, a dirty little rat.
Some would say honest and morals are in check, but yeah, you'd call that honesty a rat for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just told a story where you had 200% markup on candy and tried to get away with it. I did ask you,
what else are you doing as a kid?
I don't know.
You got to push the boundaries.
I was sat there being honest and doing 15 for 15, but dribbling everywhere. I had to try and leave there with all the saliva in my mouth.
Kids are nowadays. This is what I was doing back in the day.
That's a crazy thing to say. I would have gone with vaping. That was mad. Yeah, vaping, by the way. By the way, I had peppercorn a few weeks ago, vaping. Can't stand it. The new one for me is vaping's annoying because, in public, everyone's vaping. It gives me a headache because it's just...
It's people are obnoxious with it. I said it the last time. Yeah. Like, they think it's water vapor, so they just blow it anywhere.
They blow it in your face.
They have no decorum. Like, at least smokers kind of have a little bit.
But they would go to one side. Like, if you were in a line to a gig...
Yeah.
depending on the gig, someone might smoke in the line, but they'll kind of step to the side.
And they might, or they blow it up. Like, I have a couple things. Nah, you're getting a face full of it.
Yeah. It was like being out the back of a chip shop. Me and Joe, when we were waiting to go in that gig, I was like, I nearly had to leave the line. I was like, I'm going to die. Like, I feel like I'm being smoked out. The guy couldn't stop doing it, and they were passing each other, but they were putting Zin in between.
Oh my God.
They got through like 6 Zin in like 5-10 minutes.
How old were they?
40 minutes, like 35 to 40.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, I'm noticing is like people people I know that use vape, they put up like Facebook, and it'll be them and like a partner or something in their bed. Like a nice picture of them, selfie. They're holding them in the bed. And I'm thinking in my head, are you sat in bed doing it? Like, what is happening?
They honestly, if you gave them, they would not go outside. I know someone that goes into establishments, just does it cheekily. If he gets told, then he continues doing it until he gets told like a third time or chucked out. He just kind of...
Why? Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, of all the things to do, I mean, guys, if you're listening to this and you don't do any of these things and you wondered whether you should do these things, don't do any of these things. Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't smoke, don't vape, don't do anything.
Don't drink.
Go watch the rugby and see what your thoughts. But by the way, I need to talk about my beer experience this week. Is that a beer?
No, I don't think so. It's an ale or a stout. It's a stout.
It's a stout. It had a ping pong ball in there.
Oh,
anyway,
God.
this is like Paul Rudd and Ross in that episode.
I like how you used that actor's name, and then for the friend you used.
I don't say David Schwimmer. It's too much. I love Paul Rudd. This week I had a little Paul Rudd thing.
Okay.
Not that I don't love David Schwimmer. Anyway, if you're not doing any of these things, don't do any of these things. These are all awful. But on the scale of cool, they're not cool. But for the premises of this, I'm going to say some of them are cool. Smoking a cigar is up there. I mean, when Tom Selleck smokes a cigar with his mustache, or Rick Rude, or someone like this.
With anything, you can make something look... Some people look good, some people don't.
Right. I'm going to say vape, no one looks cool.
I would probably say exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah. It is right. Not that this is to do... Like, the worst thing you're worrying about is how you look. The addiction is probably the worst part. And the fact that they've made something that is more accessible and more used and more constant. Like, people do, like, menial tasks that go to their bin. They'll have, like, 3 or 4 sucks on this thing before they come back in. And I'm thinking, if you had you wouldn't have 6 cigarettes in that time, or you wouldn't light a cigarette while you're doing the bins. You'd be like, oh, later on, I'm going to go outside and have a cigarette. Honestly, it's my pepper cornet. I corned it hard. I'm harder corning it now. Is honestly the bane of my life. And it gives me a genuine immediate headache. Like cigarette smoke, I don't like. But it never gave me a headache.
Some of it gives me a headache. If I can properly smell it, then I can. Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk too loud, but when I...
Oh, yeah.
No, I can't.
No, please don't. Go on. When you open the French doors, go on.
Yeah. My downstairs neighbour. Yeah, I have to close it.
Cigarette
it's too much. Cigarette.
Yeah, and by the way, I can't smell, and this might affect all of this. I hate being around cigarette smoke more than anyone, but vape might actually.
What is it then? Is it the feel or is it the taste?
I think it's just the knowing, like putting like toxins in my body and it's hitting me. I don't like that. I mean, for someone who actively tries not to do anything, it's a really odd feeling. And then I want to talk. But sorry, I was going to say Zin. Some people throw Zin in, and I'm like, do you know what? I could get into this. I don't want to because it's addiction and it's not something that I'm into because I'm straight edge.
I don't want to do Zin. I don't think I have a dependency on nicotine or tobacco or anything like that.
Well, you don't, brother, because you don't smoke.
Yeah, but sometimes you can, but it's not a relax. Like, yeah, I just don't have the urge to do it at all.
I'll say this, Bruno. In the peppercorns, no one here smokes. I'm just going to say that. No one in Peppercorn smokes. If anyone's out there wants to know anything about Kit and no one smokes in this group.
Yeah.
But we're the biggest boys in the group. I'll just say that. Should we just say that?
Yeah.
I've got a knock at the door. That's a tidy echo. You look very tidy. I didn't expect... So much is going on. What you got in your hand?
What are you doing?
I'm doing a podcast. I want you, Bruno, you need to sit down before Bruno sees. Oh. Look, Joe's brought me a gift.
That is Delightful.
It's a Vizsla can. He loves these.
Oh,
Mate, nothing beats a Vizsla. This is.
I was also the only thing that would beat that is a Vizsla record. I thought it was a Vizsla record.
I did as well. Yeah, just of them whining.
What are we doing?
Just make sure I don't.
Make sure the mic's in the middle. It was slightly ajar, and I had
a jaunt.
A jar.
What's the jar? We started.
Sit down, Joe.
We're well in.
Have we started?
Yeah, go on. Oh my god! You look very clean.
Oh my god!
You look miles younger. I'll say that.
God.
I feel clean.
That looks so clean.
Did you go to one of those places that like go and then like absolutely
scrub your face?
Yeah.
No, I did it myself with clippers. Actually, the dog clippers.
You did that haircut yourself.
Yeah,
that's a very good haircut.
I always do it myself.
It's like bloody Phil Foden's entered the room. I don't know what to say. It's like Matt Willis is here.
Kudos for that, but that is gnarly, mate.
That's clean.
What does Lisa think?
What's Lisa?
She likes it. She doesn't like my face is bald, though.
Why'd you shave it all? Was there a reason for this? This has wound me up instantly. He's done all this. He's still got his eyebrows. He's got.
I trimmed my eyebrows.
You've got 7 or 8 hairs I can see from here that are 6 inches long.
I trimmed them.
Not well enough. We're going to do these after.
I've done it. Do you want to shake them off?
That's the only way this could have been better, is if the sides were bald and you had no eyebrows.
God.
Next time. There's always next time.
There's always next time.
Do you know why I did it? I looked really scruffy. My hair got long, beard got long, and then on Saturday I shaved it down to the mustache, but not a haircut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know how I like my mustache, but this time I wasn't feeling it.
I don't like your mustache.
No,
maybe personally, I don't like your mustache.
I feel fresh for Florida.
That is properly fresh. That is like almost a Houston look.
Yeah.
You look like you did in Houston.
I'm rolling back the years.
You look younger than me now.
It's nuts.
Yeah, has there been a big reaction in the house? Or no one said anything?
Really.
You entered this room. I thought someone else was in. He slithered in like Rafe from Outer Banks. He was like this.
Maybe I should get rid of everything.
Yeah, Bruno, for Florida, none of us should have any hair.
Nothing. We're
just eyebrows, just moving around the ornament. Okay.
We're so burnt.
Anyway, what I'd be interested is if next week's episode you still look this clean.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Well, I might have to leave it until just before Florida.
Okay, if you keep this look up until next week, I'll be really impressed.
I think I might need a little bit more facial hair on my face.
Yeah, we'll see if you gained it by next week.
Yeah.
I reckon you haven't.
I'll have a full beard.
I don't think he has either.
I don't think you have either. I don't think you have.
By the way, how good are salt and vinegar disco?
That's probably just upset Bruno so bad.
They are like...
Mate, I had one yesterday. He put me into shock.
What?
I didn't have one yesterday.
Get some?
No, Bobby isn't buying
okay.
No, I had him on the way. It's my go-to snack when I come here every time.
Don't, you're going to make him sick.
No, so this is what I do.
There's a trigger warning here, guys.
I leave work and I have to fill up on fuel. And at the petrol station I go to, they have a hot dog machine. So I get
a giant... spoken about these hot dogs before.
Yeah,
if he does this and then slow drive it.
No, big chili and cheese hot dog with a side of discos, salt vinegar discos, and then a mocha from the...
A mocha with the salt vinegar?
Yeah!
Honestly, your stomach must be just...
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm fighting it all the way here.
My word.
I shit my pants twice.
Yeah, you did. I got halfway through a bag and I just passed out.
They're great.
Yeah.
I thought as a kid, you know when you have something as a kid and it's really flavoursome? Yeah. And then now... As time's gone on, everything's trying to be healthier.
Well, the FDA's going by.
Yeah, and nothing like Sunny D doesn't taste like Sunny D anymore.
It doesn't turn you on.
It doesn't.
It's not the same. Whereas I thought Discos was like that until I had some the other week. It was probably a couple of months ago now, and it blew my mind. Yeah. They are covered in flavour. Like if you like Discos, check out Discos.
Yeah. And by the way, this is before we do the ad for Discos, and we have an Aura Ring ad in a minute as well.
Oh my god!
Before Joe came in and just completely derailed all of our worlds. We were talking about nicotine addiction. And I was saying that no one in the group smokes.
Nah.
There's a couple that might have addictions to energy and caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say that. By the way, that sounded way more sketchy than it was.
You put yourself into...
Yeah.
If I wasn't addicted to caffeine, I don't think I could have made that drive here right now.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Those discos would have put you out. They put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, You're very like CM Punk. You change your look very often, and it always seems to work.
So
if I cut my beard off next week, you guys will just slap me and laugh at me.
It's so they can't get my damn action figure right.
That's the plan. But Bruno and I are the biggest boys in the group.
Yep.
We were talking about nicotine pouches, things like that.
Yeah.
And me and Bruno don't really get it. And what I'll say is what Bruno and I would like is to suck on a sweet.
Okay.
And that would signify why we're bigger than most of our counterparts.
Yeah.
Because if someone goes, oh, do you want a nicotine pouch or do you want a polo? I'll go, polo sounds good. I can punch on that. And I'll just go for a roll of polos in about 3 hours at work. But there's also like 300 calories in that. And then as in wouldn't.
I don't know if, I know nicotine might be a, what's it? Appetite. Appetite suppressor. Maybe.
Yeah.
But you can't eat when they're in your mouth. So if you're doing them all day, you're not eating.
That's true.
Someone at work, the same guy that I said about the vaping inside, was like, just start smoking, because then all my appetite would have been gone as well.
That's awful advice. That guy seems a problem. And there's no way to talk about Josh.
Nah, he's good.
I wore a lot of rings to start this episode.
Oh yeah. Give me one.
No, they're mine.
I'll put it on my thumb.
You're here way earlier than I expected. It's only 35 minutes into the episode.
Woo! So I didn't miss much.
You didn't actually miss as much. Bruno told a very good story and a very bad story.
Okay.
Previous to you getting here. So I let him off on the fact that he made up for it with some really good content after the original bit.
I didn't realize that Scott was the content police because, mate, last week you were in a foul mood. Like I can just put it out. You started off in a foul mood because Joe and I were just talking to one another about a fantastic baseball film that I haven't yet watched still, and then you just your energy, your aura last week just seemed a little bit off, you know.
I didn't sense that at all. I did a bit at the beginning where I wasn't listening, but after that, no, I didn't feel any anger. I was quite excited about last week. I don't remember last week,
no.
But I certainly wasn't in a bad mood. I know that, but obviously, because I carried the show, Bruno's trying to just bring me down a peg.
You like your calendar though?
I love that calendar.
That's good, wasn't it?
It's beautiful.
They were handing them out to the staff.
I want to get one. They?
Just Vizsla ones?
No, I found the Vizsla in there. I've got a lovely Cavalier King Charles Spaniel one in my car.
Have you?
I love that.
These are just elite dogs. Look at this guy coming through the water. Jeepers.
Even the front cover's just good.
Where's April? Go on.
Like if that was a record and I saw that front cover as the record, I'd buy that record. I wouldn't know what the music was, but I'd buy it.
I would too.
Hell yeah.
I want to go record shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a room that has a record player in it where I could just go put a record on.
A little record room.
Yeah, a little record room.
What are you shaking your head at?
And it wasn't. Was I shaking my head?
Talking about hockey as well, I wanted to bring up the... Did anyone see the Canada versus America?
No.
Yeah, I saw the fight.
Honestly. So, Canada... I don't know whether it was the Canada players or the crowd that booed the national anthem. And then in the first 3 minutes, there were like, what was it, 5 or 7 fights? And then the clip that I saw of someone getting absolutely destroyed into the
glass,
the wall. Yeah, I think my stag do's hockey. We're going to Canada for my stag do.
Hell yeah!
I mean, I went to one hockey game about 4 or 5 years ago. 4. It was a Guildford Flames game. There was about 3 fights in that one game in this small sports centre in Guildford.
Yeah, Lissy loves hockey. She grew up watching it because her cousins are hockey players.
Yeah.
But she loves it because of the fights. But when she watches football, she just wants fights.
Oh yeah, I understand.
So she's not a big fan of VAR.
And we get a little prima donna in ours.
I know. Well, it's VAR's fault. I mean, these thugs in football would certainly fight if you think about it.
Oh yeah,
these guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you get like a young lad from Brazil.
Yeah.
Young lad from France having a little pop at each other.
They will.
They're going to scrap.
I tell you what, I know we're going to
We've seen the UFC.
I know we're only going to spring training, but I mean, baseball has its fair share of fights as well. Didn't expect that.
A couple of fights in the crowd when we're there.
They get over a ball. Over a fly ball from Jackson.
I'm going on the field to catch.
I'm getting a ball, yeah.
Oh, say that, while we're on air, should we do this? I got Joe some gifts this week, some baseball cards.
Did you? What'd you get?
Wow.
Do I know about this?
Yeah.
Do I?
You know... Start from the front. You know about this one.
Ooh, that's
a mad card. You got to show the audience. So guys,
yeah.
make sure you check us out on YouTube.
This is 2023 Topps Chrome Adley Rutschman from the All-Star Game, Gem Mint 10.
It's a Gem 10.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite players right there. The catcher of the Baltimore Orioles.
So I got Joe that.
We got a
That's like an 80 quid card.
Ooh, Bryce. Let's go.
Bryce Harper.
Jackson Holiday.
Jackson. Did you see the die cut in that?
Oh, I didn't even realise that was die cut.
Die cut.
Oh, look at the shape of that card.
Yeah, die cut.
We're going to see young Jackson in a couple of weeks.
Hello.
We're going to see the boy.
You might need to start doing the mukbang on our one.
Ooh, Colton Cowser. We've got a few Coltons.
What, eating the cards? Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
A couple Colton Cowsers. Got Bryce Harper. That Gunnar Henderson's really nice.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one. Bryce Harper, when he played for Texas. Did he play for Texas? No, Phillies. But he's on the Texas card.
Nice.
Because he's from Texas, isn't he?
Yeah, Dallas.
This guy, he changed his allegiance. He's a Texan. And he was a huge Cowboys fan.
That's beautiful.
And he moved to the Phillies, and he's now a big Eagles guy.
Yeah.
And he's pretty vocal about it.
Yeah, he pledged his allegiance to the city, so he feels like he should give back. He's a big baker and stuff on Instagram as well. He bakes.
Baker?
He bakes on Instagram. Yeah.
Plays Fortnite as well.
He does. Pretty all-round chill guy.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
Jackson Holiday's getting jacked. We might catch a fly ball off him in a couple of weeks.
This is it.
He's up to £200 now.
I tell you what I'm excited about, going to Wawa.
Oh, yeah.
I've scouted out the closest one.
Sorry?
I've scouted out the closest one.
Okay.
Just because I think no one here other than I from the group has been to Wawa, which is really bizarre. I know we've spoken about Wawa, but I was just saying I've figured out the nearest
I know where the closest one is. I went past it in an Uber. It's
around the back.
It's opposite, where the giant McDonald's is that used to be the world's largest.
If you go down that street a bit further.
Straight ahead.
Is it not the world's largest anymore?
No, as I was told by the Uber driver. She was very proud of that. Yeah, one time the world's largest McDonald's.
Yeah, for the Olympics, wasn't it?
Yeah, they sell spaghetti bolognese in there, apparently.
Oh.
What, in the McDonald's?
Yeah.
Let's go get that.
We'll try that.
But in Wawa, we go to Wawa and we need to get to a Walmart and get some hobby boxes.
Yeah, we do.
Should we open up some hobby boxes in a hotel?
Yeah.
What's hobby boxes?
Hobby boxes are cards. You can get them in. You can get them in Walmart. So we can get the actual Topps Chromes WWE.
They pull some
mad cards.
Well. These kids over in America, these 11-year-olds keep pulling one-on-ones and stuff.
I was talking to Lou, and he's opened up a whole case of Flagship in his house.
Yeah.
I don't know if that should be said. But I think he's got a couple of us. We can open some bits there.
Oh.
So I thought we'd add some hobby boxes. I think they're some of them are $200, some of them are $40, $50. But you can get ones that the Topps Chromes $40, but there's a guaranteed one auto or something. Yeah. But we could do a little box break there.
Yeah, we could.
That'd be nice. Ooh. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. And Joe, I don't think we were talking about this separate to you, but we want to do the stag on disposable cameras.
Yes. Oh, we did talk about that, yeah.
Disposable cameras are quite expensive.
They're very expensive. We learnt this when I suggested doing it for the wedding.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So there's a chance we might do one that gets passed around, and then once we run out of that one, we'll get another one.
Yeah.
Maybe do you know what I mean? We could get 3.
Yeah.
And everyone just takes a couple of, a day with it or something like that.
It might be cheaper over there.
I don't know. Who knows? Because the thing is, I would just get them in the airport, because sometimes the airport just do little batches of them.
Yeah.
Because you're going on holiday.
Yeah.
And Orlando, I'm fairly sure, on iDrive, you'll be able to get a pack.
Souvenir shop.
In CVS or something.
All those weird souvenir shops that sell some Disney stuff. And
I'm tempted to get one, and I'll get us 2 iDrive, and then once we're in iDrive, have a look for a pack. Because you kind of want the ones in the car on the way and things like that. Because in an ideal world, the Bruce has responded, if anyone's keeping up.
Okay.
To Little Red and Big Red have communicated officially.
Oh my God, the boy! No apology either. Just played it off.
Call him Run Republic,
mate. Yeah.
What?
I said call him Run Republic. It's too late to apologize. So Little Red and Big Red have spoken. But it'd be nice if there was pictures of us in the car.
Yeah.
Them in the car.
Yeah.
Coming together.
Separate journeys.
Us all in the airport.
Coming together as one.
Yeah. Us in first class.
Yep.
What do you reckon we should go first class?
You try and get upgraded. I'm gonna come in a suit and see if I can get upgraded.
I'll just walk up there. and just start getting into a seat. And when someone comes, just be like, "This is my seat."
Yeah, mine.
It'd be like Bruno in the shop. You didn't see the story. I live at Bruno, but this is my seat. And they're like, "Do you want to get your kick out?" He's like, "No." Basically, Bruno used to rob candy stores.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I stole a marble once.
Yeah, they call him They call him the candy shrimp. That's what they used to call him around Formax. Yeah. Is that the one? That was your one of choice, probably, wasn't it?
What was that? Candy shrimp?
Candy shrimp.
Nah. I didn't mind. I think the candy shrimp came in. Like I had them before, but you used to get some jazzies and some shrimp pots in your room, and I remember that vividly.
Oh, the big ones.
Hey, there's not a candy I like less than shrimp, and there's not a meat that I love more than shrimp.
Oh yeah.
But I used to have them at home from Cash and Carry. When I had that little fridge, I remember vividly staying up for Eddie Guerrero to win the world title when I was like, that was 2004.
Yeah.
So I was 15. Maybe, no, I was 14 going on 15. I was frothing at the mouth from having maybe Coke half a bucket of it and full fat Coke.
Yeah.
And I was like I couldn't, it was, you can feel it, can't you?
Yeah.
When you go to Pick and Mix, did you ever, when you look at the sour sweets, did you ever get a real wet mouth?
Yeah, I am just talking about it then. It started going.
Yeah, mine started going then.
It's a Bishton thing, I think.
Could be,
I used to like those licorice whips that you get. I used to love those,
the way you say
the laces. Yeah.
Say whip again.
Whip.
I remember walking around the Walmart with Kieran once where he wouldn't stop saying, he wouldn't stop saying, cool whip.
Cool whip.
He kept saying it repeatedly, and I loved it. Yeah. When Kieran's got a couple of drinks in him, he's saying cool whip a lot. That's a good place to go.
I'm gonna keep him topped up the entire time so he's not sober for any stretch of
including the drive to
Yes. Yeah.
I like that. Just give him a water, but it's just vodka, and we'll see how if we can get him on the plane.
Yeah.
You'll get kicked out of the airport. Brendan, what time you got to leave for this drinky poos? Because you got reservations soon.
I've got reservations at 8, No.
Is it at 8?
We've got no, we got time. It's at 7:30.
Okay.
But
that's fine.
It's only off 5.
We can.
Wow.
Do you want to?
No, I'm not forcing.
I'll do. Let's do a quick pepper or cornet because I had it. This is gonna carry on from the delightful story that I said earlier, Joe.
So bad.
It was harboring your engagement story, and we found out it was voted as the worst story that's been told on this podcast.
What was
by Scott? My one.
Okay.
No, his one, not your one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps trying to put like a story about getting his steps in the New Forest to getting engaged. For whatever reason, he thinks they're just as bad. Anyway, yeah, go on.
Pepper big achievements.
Pepper or Cornet, the neighborhood Facebook groups.
Oh, I love them. Pepper.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you in any?
No, of course I'm not. I'm not near any neighborhoods. Are you in one?
No. So I'm not in any. I used to be in them, but I don't go on Facebook anymore. But I left them. But I was on my walk out today. I was thinking, because I walk around this same close potentially 4 or 5 times a week, like through the city. I want to know if I have ended up on any neighborhood like chats.
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You're the main topic.
Yeah, there's a big lad that keeps walking.
You have a hood up?
Sometimes.
When it's raining,
if it's been breezy or rain, yeah.
He wears the Urban Legend one.
Oh. Yeah, you're definitely.
What's that called? Pennycoat?
Parker.
I
had this conversation with a Welsh girl at work. She kept naming a dog, and she said, "Could you remember to get Parker out?" And I was like, "Who?"
She from Boston.
She kept saying it like Parker.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with someone at work because they said twirl. Twirl. Yeah,
they separate words here.
I know, and I was like, "You don't." That's all one word.
Yeah. Parker. I was like, Parker.
Also, this is an accent, and we've also had this conversation. I think the accent us three have.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just us being biased. I think it's the most 100% non-accented.
Yeah.
Language of anyone in the world south of the UK.
Yeah.
Not Kent.
It's got
not
nothing.
London.
It's got nothing to it.
Not Bristol, not Cornwall, not Wales, not anything. Everyone has
twang.
an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Southampton.
Yeah, definitely.
We all talk.
Theo Walcott.
Yeah, it's just English that sounds. It's not even that posh. It sounds posh to some.
Yeah.
But a posh is an accent. It's not posh.
Yeah.
It's not. Whatever.
It's bland.
It's just think I'm Australian.
Straight up.
Yeah, but in America, every one sounds like a California accent. Sounds quite mad. So does in New York. So does Florida. But I think in the world, Southampton is the least. It's the most boring accent in the entire world, and we have it. Anyway, yes, you have been on those things, I think. For more than one reason, Brady. You stand naked with no curtains in your house and watch people take out their bin. And that's a real story. That is a real story.
And then, wait, and those people in that group are like, this guy either wears all the clothes
or none.
Or nothing at all.
And he's always watching us. Even if he's walking, he's watching. He's at least 6'6". That's what they were saying. He's 6'6", 4 bills. That's what they say.
Yeah, because I've got there's quite a stark contrast in my years. Like last year, I hardly went out at all. This year, I've been out every single day. So I want to know what people are thinking about.
I reckon they've done a deep dive on your Instagram and stuff, and they said he's pressed start. I think that's what they're probably saying. Is I think the guy said, I think he's hit press start.
You're so annoying.
And if he does go out, he goes out to the bins and just gets rid of like shrimp paste into the back of our bins. Like, he either stinks, he's watching us naked, or he's walking quick around the block.
Oh, God.
Yeah, those Facebook groups could actually help you really take an in-depth look at yourself.
It could, yeah. I don't think I'm on any.
I don't know. Probably not.
You're in a neighborhood. I'm not in a neighborhood. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
I think there's probably a Facebook group, but we're not in it.
No, but they might talk about you.
A couple of the neighbours, I don't feel like me.
They say, what are the dogs sings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely.
If one of your neighbour doesn't like you, you're probably.
We're definitely that house. Yeah.
The guy that keeps changing his appearance, and he recently went real tight with everything and slithered into his house yesterday.
And
to play with his cockapoo.
His dogs don't shut up, and his house is bleeding.
With that house.
That is very true. Yeah. Well, this is it. No, I think that's a good one. I'm going to pepper it because I think people should be informed. These things, Bruno, these things...
I hate them because they're full of Karens, mate.
Why? Have you found out they're actually talking about you?
No, I haven't. I just generally just had a thought that I wonder what if I am in. Because I just try and keep myself to myself, you know?
Anything like that's like a little bit Karen-y. I have no time for that. Like, you know when people that complain or people that constantly point out stuff like, oh, there's a load of rubbish dumped on this corner, like, who's done this? I haven't got time for that.
I tell you
got enough time.
You always say
that
you struggle listening to Jeremy Vine.
Yeah.
Because they're arguing about
problems.
Just constant problems, yeah. I'll tell you what one this week was interesting. Did you see the Peter Kay news that he got rid of a heckler?
No.
He did a comedy show and he basically removed a heckler. We all come from the world where we've watched a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
We know a lot of comedian people.
They're cutthroat, yeah.
Yeah, we know the comic circuit is what I meant to say. Peter Kay is also from that same circuit.
Yeah.
But he's so famous that people forget he's a comedian. Basically, someone was heckling him. He heckled back. Someone heckled him. He heckled more. As comedians do. They're pretty cutthroat. Then eventually it was getting so aggressive. He asked everyone around the person, is this person stopping you from enjoying the show? They said, yeah. And he said, get out.
Yeah,
he had them removed. Then he took a massive backlash of how disgusting is. People pay tickets, blah, 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 blah. I was like, if you watch most comedians, they get rid of someone just for like laughing weird. Like, it's a pretty ruthless place. Like, they tear into the crowd. You're paying a ticket to potentially take all sorts.
Yeah. You're not meant to heckle at a comedy show. So, like, the Jimmy Carr ones are fine and they get viral clips, and that's where people like think that
they go, I'm going to
do it all the time. But other people have paid their hard-earned money to watch this comedian do his bit. Stop interrupting it.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is. It's disrupting the flow of the show.
It's fine. Like, if it goes back and forth, it's not too bad. But
no, I think the third warnings is enough and goodbye. Like,
you heckle once, comedy's going to get you. He's going to get you. And then he gets you again. Then if you're just now annoying everyone around you so they're not even enjoying the show, then get out.
Yeah. I think you played that well.
But it's funny because on Jeremy Vine, they were talking about, like, I don't know if this is, this is awful and blah, blah. And I was in my head, I was thinking, God, this is like, and Peter Kay, he's a super famous comic. But where did he start? In small places.
He's still a comedian.
He knows comics, like, it's just ridiculous.
With that and with the punditry at the moment, I'm losing faith in the old senile that are gracing our TVs and our ears.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Yeah. Go away. Just go. Like.
I don't agree. That was a him
YouTube
thing.
Won't like that one.
That was a him thing.
YouTube won't like that one.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, that was a him. That was so Bruno.
Redacted.
I don't agree with it. I do agree with his first part of the sentiment, but I didn't like the second part. I thought it was too much. I thought maybe they should enjoy retirement and we should have some different people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's a good shout as well.
Are we going to get coin? Like
he's gone, Bruno. He's gone.
No, he's not. He's back.
How?
He was back on another network that isn't BBC.
That's fine. We're not watching it. I'm not going to hear coin again.
I think you might. I guarantee you might.
Oh no.
And on that note, this has been the Peppercorn Boys. Join us every single Monday on YouTube, Apple Music. No, that's not right.
Keep going.
Every single Monday on YouTube, Apple, what is that called? Podcast, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and yeah, my God, I am terrible at reads.
Anyway, that was a real good listen. I mean, that's up there with your story earlier, but I'm just going to say this. Enjoy your dinner.
Thanks, mate. You, Scott.
Oh!
Let the people say, let's go!